Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Boom Bar on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Booming Solarogers. Everything is booming. It is time.
Okay. That kind of caught me off guard because I'm like, it's 10. Then he clicked. Oh, okay. Anyway, okay. What is it with you people? What? Like, it cannot be me. It cannot be me. Send them back. Tell them that you don't meet me at home. Anyway, good day, everybody. I bid you a warm welcome. My name is Dolupobalogun. Yeah, the one and only. Anybody else is a counterfeit. I'm here to give you all the gist today. Give you a bit of information. Oh my God, I forgot a sheet of paper. I completely forgot. Please, can you excuse me? 1 minute. Very important, actually.
It's live radio and TV, and these things happen for real, though. And this is how we tell you that we're for real. All right, Dolupo has stepped out to get the paper that is going to save her. While she does that, I'd like to let you know that today on the show, we will be talking about elections 2023. All you need to know. Like, that's what we tagged it. Election 2023, all you need to know. Another top story that we will be looking at is how the Nigerian troops have arrested the mastermind of the Abuja-Kaduna train track.
Yeah, like that's attack, amazing. You know? That is amazing.
You know, we're going to be looking at that and a couple of other things. Yeah, so just stay with us. We're going to talk a little bit of music. It's New Music Friday. They will do the bulk of the work at the weekend. But at 5 o'clock today, you listen to at least 8 of those top songs that came out. 8 that we have selected of the almost 40 songs that came out this week and on Friday today. So this is the show. We talk music, sports, politics, and everything in between. And today is definitely an embodiment of what the boombar is all about.
Okay, so let's start quickly. Let's run through a few things so that we have more time, to talk about a lot of other things. New Music Friday. Yeah, there are a lot of music out. There are a lot of up and coming music out. Actually, there are not a lot of huge artists or established artists that release music. We've seen a lot of them release music in the last couple of weeks. So maybe everybody is trying to just set down a little bit. And on that, I will be starting with Files and Techno with Okowa.
Yes. Files and Techno came through with Okowa. It has the Afrobeat kind of flow, not Afrobeats, the Fela Afrobeat kind of flow. And Afrobeat, one of the things that it's known for is the fact that it's about consciousness. It's consciousness music, talking about what's happening in and around us. Yeah. Again, I want to listen to the lyrics because at times artists would rhyme.
I did listen to lyrics.
I played the song 4 times.
And I was going to...
Sorry, I played the song 4 times. So it's not like I don't know what they're saying. I'm trying to understand why at times artists have to rhyme for rhyming's sake. Because there are times when you're passing a message, pass the message. So, but, I like the flow. I like the combination between techno and files. But I'm going to listen to that song the 5th time.
For me on that song... Like you said, it's basically like a consciousness song. The issue I have with the song is that the story or the what's the word now? The message behind the song, I cannot marry it with the chorus of the song.
Now you're where I want to be.
It's kind of disjointed. I'm sorry if anybody else feels differently. That's how I feel. Like it's a very nice conscious song. Yeah, it has a message and all that. Makes perfect sense. Like you said, it's Afrobeat. It's different. I like the marriage between files and techno. Is not too as much as the voice texture and how they sing is different. Normally, they seem to have very good synergy on this song, but I cannot marry the song and the hook or the chorus or whatever it is. It sounds disjointed. It just sounds like they had a song and they were looking for what's it called? They were looking for a hook, and then maybe somebody else was saying something else, and then just that was the issue I had with the song. But it's actually not a bad song.
It's not a bad song too. It's not.
Okay. Also, there is Majid and Tiwa Savage with Bese, or is it Bese?
It's Bese actually. It's Bese. I've heard a couple of Majid songs before today, but Majid brings out this nice flow, and Sexy brings Sexy.
He reminds me of an artist I can't remember who.
Yeah, it was actually sounding like what's his name now? Like you're trying to get some kind of flow from Joe Boy, and some kind of rhythm from Fire, and you blend it together and you get Majid. But Majid is unique on his own. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to link him to anybody, but this is one way. Majid came with the flow, then Sexy came. Sorry, Tiwa came with the Sexy. You see, I keep calling her Sexy because I don't know. Be saying going to read you say Tiwa Savage. I don't understand what you're doing, but
anyway,
just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. There's something special. Look, you don't understand something. You see that song is sexy. It's a sexy song.
Actually.
Oh, need to like it.
Actually.
I rather like it. You like it.
That's the word. Yes. It's a very,
Oh, naughty gone.
I'm trying to look for another word.
Funny enough, it's not even explicit or anything.
It's not.
It's just the style.
Vibe,
and the way Tiwa just
the funny thing?
And Majid held his own.
Sex is the word. Actually.
So
it's a very sexy song.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Go listen to it. Bese by Majid and Tiwa Savage. I don't call her Savage. It's Tiwa Savage.
Okay. Teiwa has healing.
Teiwa can never do wrong in my books. Now, I don't know how they did it, but two siblings, like two brothers, decided to drop projects same day, yeah? Or same period.
Who?
Sute Iwa and Timmy Lai. There's a song there, Space Cowboy.
Oh,
how many Iwas would exist if they're not related?
They're
family, they're blood. And this guy, a few weeks ago, Sute Iwa did a song with World. It's a beautiful song. I play it a lot. We also play it a lot on Boom Radio. So Teiwa healing. Teiwa is an artist that is ahead of his time. And I'm glad that he has a massive followership, but he still needs to get that.
Yeah, he needs
that
to get
commercial
exactly
breakthrough in Nigeria.
It's a song that is just that just flows.
Yes, the title says it all.
It was almost like okay, the song is finished.
Yes, no,
it just gets you into it's actually a very nice song. One song that everybody has been talking about, or maybe people have been anticipating, is DJ Tunes and Portable with Banga.
Yes. So I listened to the song twice, and I think DJ Tunes knows how to get.
That's all I can say. DJ Tunes is a good producer.
He is. There's something about that guy. And
that's all.
This to me,
nothing else with the song.
This to me is one of the best things that
Portable
has done.
He made Portable sound nice, because if you can kind of remove the beats.
I'm not gonna lie.
What Portable sang, they'd be like, seriously.
I like
I'm
Zazu.
Telling you.
I like Zazu, and when I listen to Zazu, I won't lie. It's because Olamide
the only reason why people is remember Zazu. There was a remix of a remix of a remix.
Zazu is the 50th remix.
Exactly.
The one where Olamide is not the first one.
It's because of Olamide.
So Portable has done a lot of songs, and he's a nice artist and everything. I like him. He is. He knows how to market himself. He does everything to sell himself. He's a smart guy.
He likes to be in the news. He knows how to stay relevant.
Look, a few days, was it yesterday or so, he posted a picture of his range. I said range in the trenches. Trenches people will still be like, they rap us, So he knows what he's doing. He's a smart guy. But to me, this is one of the best songs he's ever put his voice on. And it's the song with DJ Tunes.
Excuse you. So me, I just feel that what happens.
I like the flow. I like the beat of that song.
DJ Tunes is an amazing producer, and that is what happened. That's all. Simple and short. Bam.
Okay.
Every other thing on that song, you can keep it. But
all right, let's move to another one.
Anyway, moving on from that quickly. I don't know what just happened now. Okay, can't find it. Okay, yeah. DJ Tunes has a Mexin. There's a Mexin EP. I didn't listen to.
Yeah, they dropped a single last week,
yeah.
which we played, but now there's actually an EP.
I love it. So there's Suteiwa with Tim Lai with Space Cowboy.
Yeah, we already talked about him when we were talking about Teiwa, and you know, if you are someone who likes alt music, you like music that is not regular, you like music that is deep.
It's different.
And it's also stuff that you can flow to. And again, this one is actually with rap. It has a rap in it, like it's a rap song of sorts. It's just a nice song, nice flow, clean flow, sharp, loud, and crisp.
Yeah, so on that note, we're going to move in. There are a lot of songs that actually came out this weekend, but you can catch them at 5 p.m. on Boom Radio, 5 p.m. today, tomorrow, and Diolu will be coming on Sunday to wrap that up. Before we leave that, I was going to say that AKA, the late AKA's album is out. Mass Country, the album he was working on before he was killed, is out. Also, I saw a song earlier in the day that Lil Wayne has with late DMX. I'm like, okay, I love of
Late people.
Late people's music dropping.
The good thing about that is that technology allows us to still catch the vibe with these people, you know, listen to the good work that they put in. And, you know, if you are a fan of AKA, this is a good time to, you know, go listen to his song, you know, play it, download it, and all of that. That way you'll be contributing to his estate, because he definitely has an estate, and he will be able to still take care of his people.
Okay, and moving on from that, before we leave the story of entertainment, there's news about people going to jail or people adding to their years. There's news that we heard that R. Kelly has gotten another 20 years in jail. It looks like that guy is not leaving prison anytime soon. Maybe not even leaving prison.
Yeah, 20 years for child porn and or child pornography and whatever. I'm sorry, please don't shoot me. I can't reconcile
the musician and
the artist.
Yeah, I
with
agree.
This person.
I agree with you.
I'm sorry. So that's why I still play his songs, especially the old ones. You know, the ones when it was R. Kelly and the public announcement. But man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But at least I always advocate for justice, and you know, this is justice being served.
Definitely. Also, Harvey Weinstein has also been sentenced to, I think, 16 years.
Yeah, for rape. You know, it was alleged rape. Now, if you get sentenced, then it's no longer alleged. It is rape.
It's not
and
that.
there are other crimes that people have accused Harvey Weinstein of, and it's not like those things are going to just dissipate into thin air. It looks like there'll still be more sentencing for Harvey Weinstein.
Okay, quickly also the Europa League fixtures are out.
Yes, Europa League fixtures are out. We've been observing and watching a couple of games that have been played in the last 1 week, home and away. Some teams were already through, some had to play, you know, last week and this week. One of the most shocking results for me was Ajax against Union Berlin. Now, the story of Union Berlin is interesting. Is your typical David and Goliath kind of story. Like Goliath in this sense will be Ajax, and Union will be, you know. And again, if you go and check the Bundesliga, these guys are up there with Bayern Munich.
But
and,
you know
and they're not a typical Bundesliga team. You know, they're from the lower.
But you know, they always
echelon.
say that different what's the word now? Different competitions, different people, different opponents. I don't know why that happens, but you literally play the same set of people at a league, and then you get to maybe European football, and it's completely different.
But they're having an amazing season. That's the point I'm trying to make. That they're doing well in the league, and they're doing well on the continent.
Exactly. So now the the fixtures are out. Sevilla is to deal with Fenerbahce. On that, Juventus is with Freiburg. Bayer
with like they are going to play against.
Yeah, they're playing against. Sorry.
Okay.
Bayer Leverkusen is I don't know how this is pronounced. Varosi. I'm not sure I pronounced that properly.
Varosi.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay. Sporting CP with Arsenal. Manchester United, Real Betis, Roma
versus Real Betis.
Roma versus Real Sociedad. Shakhtar has Feyenoord. Now, a lot of people are going on about Manchester United and Arsenal's their fixtures, that they actually have very difficult people to play with. Do you agree?
Yeah. If you take a look at it, looking at the rest of the teams that are in this stage of the Europa League, Juventus, Leverkusen, United, and Arsenal are arguably the biggest. But you're not going to downplay the importance and the power of Roma,
Sevilla,
and Sevilla, and even Betis. So yes, they're tough fixtures, but I actually see these English teams sailing through. I see Man United getting the upper hand over Real Betis. If they play the way they played against FC Barcelona, of course, we know we are not supposed to say Barcelona is better than Betis or whatever, but they are.
Yeah.
And currently, even in the league, we know where Barcelona is as compared to Betis. So I'll put, if you're a gambling man, put your money on Arsenal to sail through to the next round against Sporting. Put your money on Man United to sail through, and then Union Berlin. Don't bet against them at this stage.
Okay, on that note, we're moving straight into a lot of things that we're going to talk about. Let's start with a few updates. Starting with one of the updates we're starting with is the court has now permanently stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from using the basically road transport workers in Lagos State.
Yeah, like we've always said, that it's down to what the court decides. And the courts have decided that the road transport workers in Lagos are not qualified to conduct business with INEC. Now, it's some business that every 4 years they look forward to, because they know that they get paid for this massive logistic movement of goods and personnel. Now, I hope that since that injunction or the decision last week by the court, pending to this decision, that INEC would have looked for an alternative, and I hope that the alternative will not affect tomorrow's election.
The issue with this case is very interesting. Why? Is because it was said that INEC neither filed a response to the suit, nor was represented by the lawyer, despite being served notice of the suit.
I think INEC is...
So, are we saying that they already have an alternative, or
maybe
they're that busy?
Maybe. But I think I'll go with busy as against alternative. I think INEC at this point is not the kind of lawsuit that they would have envisaged at this point. It's not about what they need. What they would have envisaged was going to come anyway. That a group of people in Lagos will say, "Oh, we don't want this parks and management people."
So you're saying maybe this suit should have been done a while ago?
Yes. So the timing of the suit would have made INEC look. We're not going to contest or fight this. Let's just look for a solution. Now the truth is, and at this point we need to speak the truth. You don't need to agree with what we're saying, but all you need to do is research and find out if we're right or wrong. And time will always tell. The unions all have political leanings. Every single one of them.
Every one of them.
A few days ago, the Nigerian Labour Congress instructed all workers in Nigeria to vote for Labour Party. It's there. There's a news story to that effect.
There is even a whole circular.
Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Council are all, like the umbrella bodies for unions in Nigeria, which either the Road Transport Employers Association or the National Union of Road Transport Workers fall under or are affiliated to. Mm-hmm. So if they're saying it, they're saying that, look, we expect a blanket vote from all the unions under us. There is no court case against that. Someone should go and say, oh, what about APC and PDP and AAC and the rest who do not have affiliations to Labour? There's no court case. You know why? Because it's not necessary. Now, going to court in Lagos is well within the rights of Gbadebo Road Survivor, Mr. Oluwo, who is now collapsed his structure to support Labour, Boots Party and the rest of them. It's well within their rights. But the same INEC has signed this same deal with other road transport employers in other states. And the truth is, did you go check who was affiliated to who? In Oyo State, they have the Parks and Management system
as well.
In fact, I think they pioneered it. The guy in charge of Parks and Management is a confirmed PDP person. The chairman of the Parks and Management in
Oyo State.
During the PDP Southwest elections that they were trying to choose a leader and all of that, and other elections, we've seen him come out boldly, make videos. Yeah. There's a video where he was even threatening Ayo Fayose. You understand? So he is a PDP guy.
So
it's gonna be involved in moving.
This suit should have been across the country.
That's what we're saying. That again, INEC on his own should have come to say, if you're going to say this, then you have to do it across board. We talked 2 days ago or 3 days ago here.
They don't even show up. So
2 days ago.
I don't blame the courts for what they did today.
Yeah, because
you did come and defend yourself.
It's the law. The law has to go on, and INEC are saying, well, what they're saying from not going is that we don't have time. We have more pressing issues. We need to sort out logistics.
The courts could have also adjourned this as well. We've seen it happen.
But they didn't adjourn it. They didn't adjourn it. And that's the judgment. And we will not dwell on it, but we will say that.
That's what I'm saying, that why it can be adjourned is because if they're talking about this, then there's still elections that literally affect these people in 2 weeks' time.
Sounds better when you go closer.
In 2 weeks' time. So, it can still be adjourned to a few days from now.
But they did not. The reality is that the court did not adjourn anything. So as it stands now, the organizers of the elections in Lagos must follow. Oh, they must follow the court ruling. If they don't, it will be very, very, very dangerous. Because if they go against the court ruling and go ahead to work with the Parks and Management people in Lagos, and the people who went to court go back to court to say, regardless of the result, that, oh, look at what happened with the result. We told you these people, and INEC went ahead with them. For this reason, the results in Lagos are suspect. It could be that.
Okay, we'll see how
these things, I refer to them as a banana peel. We see them. They happen from time to time. Like I always say, there's a smoking gun somewhere. And this looks like one of it. So it's something that INEC would not want to mess around with.
Okay. No. So we'll see how all this is going to pan out from tomorrow. At least the elections are in barely a few hours time. Okay. In fact, it's definitely less than 24 hours. Voting starts.
Oh, this time tomorrow, voting will be rounding up.
Yeah. By this time tomorrow. Before we get into all that quickly, there is any good news as the first commercial flight is landed at the Ogun State Cargo Airport.
It's a massive one. It's a good one. A lot of people didn't see the need for an airport in Ogun State, but again, to justify why they are putting an airport there, they decided to make it a cargo airport, which means that it will carry cargo, especially agricultural and other produce from the state to different parts of Nigeria and the world, eventually. But again, commercial and private flights will land there. Just as the first commercial flight landed, Value Jet. The beauty of it is that the owner of Value Jet is an Ogun State person, Mr. Shoname. And of course, it would be easier to influence flights from there. He owns a football club that flies to play their Premier League games, Remo Stars. And you know where they're going to fly from? They fly from Lagos. Now, Remo is based in Ijebu. So what they're going to do now is just fly from Ogun State. Again, yesterday, the vice president and his wife and his entourage also landed there. So it is a smart thing, because if I am a Lagos person and I want to avoid the pressure of Lagos, I can decide to connect through Ogun State.
The Lagos State Airport, the local and the international, is already too overcrowded. So if we can get other options, people don't always have to come to Lagos and all to do all those things. Why not? If not, it's reducing man hours.
Again, Lagos is building they're going to build a new airport in the Lekki Ajah axis. But it might be easier for someone in Ikeja, someone in Arepo, Ojodu, Berger axis to get to the Ogun State.
If there's traffic going to Ikeja, you probably will get to Ogun State before.
So again, and one of the things they need to do is to attract the airlines, and they already have attracted a commercial airline in Value Jet. Anyway. So it's a smart move.
It is a smart move. I totally agree with you on that. Talking about another update.
Sorry, congratulations to the governor and even the people of
Ogun State. Now, troops have arrested 3 terrorists. It was announced that they arrested 3 terrorists at Damba community in the Chikun local government area of Kaduna State on Valentine's Day. Now, one of the people that were arrested have now confessed to be one of the masterminds behind the March 28th, 2022 Abuja-Kaduna train attack.
I don't know what they did to make him confess. So, as long as they didn't
bring it on.
As long as they didn't break any civil rights.
The people that those terrorists, they are not breaking people's civil rights.
But still like that.
Not even civil. Civil is far. Human rights, exactly.
Civil rights, whatever it is, whatever they did, I hope it's still within the convention, because this is a win for security. Now, this guy has to provide the troops with all the information they need to round up the entire crew.
And you know why I like the 2 things that I like about this is that, first things first, we don't hear about this news anymore until a lot of work. These people were arrested exactly 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the news didn't come out until now. So it means that a lot has happened between that time, 1. 2, and why I'm especially elated about this matter is because anytime we hear about these things, or somebody gets kidnapped, or this thing happens, or there's this major issue, even after people get released, we really never get any follow-up, because at least it is some people that decided to be evil.
Yeah.
We really never get any form of arrest or anything from it. So yes, I'm very, very happy with this development.
Again, a call goes out to everybody that is listening to us or watching us. This was made possible with intelligence gathering also. The people, whistleblowers and people, offering information. Would like to urge people, please do what you can. The military can buy all the equipment in the world. They can recruit as many people as they want, but they also need intelligence. They need information. And it's our job, all of us, to put all hands on deck to provide them with this information.
Yep. Quickly, wanted to talk about, let's move on from that. Let's go straight to INEC, yeah? Now, before we go to other stories where we had talked about it earlier, that there was some sensitization that wanted to give people that are people going out to vote and people that are not going out to vote, everybody as a whole. so that you don't get into trouble or anything. And there are a bit of INEC's do's and don'ts, or voting do's and don'ts. First things first, people need to understand that from midnight today, from midnight till 6 p.m. tomorrow, there is a curfew imposed on vehicular movement. Now, what it means is that, and why I last I checked, if you go and register, they ask you to pick a polling unit close to your residence or wherever it is you want. Why? Because you need to be able to walk to the place. You cannot. Let us put it out again. You cannot. If you're not an essential staff, and that's maybe an election observer duly accredited by INEC, security, medical, media, if you are not any of those, excuse you.
All right.
Respect yourself.
So in that case, this is what Nigerians have resorted to doing. We also like to be real and look at details that people don't look at. Some people could not register close to where they live, so they registered close to where they work. You know, they were the kind of people who get to work and take a minute or two to go and register and get back to work. So what they usually do is, on a day like today, Friday, they would inconvenience themselves. Some people are already staying.
Some people are traveling.
So people are going interstate to vote. Some would rather vote in their place of birth or their place of origin.
Just find your way close to your polling unit today.
People have started. I have a friend who runs an hotel, and he says his hotel is fully booked, and the bulk of the people there are actually people who have come to vote, majorly even from outside Nigeria. And I'm like, wow, in Sowore. I said, this is massive. You know, so this is what's happening. So again, you make your time there today, not tomorrow, because there's no way. It's not safe to say
midnight.
You want to move.
It's even from midnight. So
between the hours of 12 and 5 a.m.
That curfew starts midnight today till 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. tomorrow, the curfew is lifted. If it is safe to go out, yes, you are allowed to go out. Wanted to put that out there quickly, so that people know. Let's start from that. Second thing that people need to know from today is that from midnight of today,
Thursday,
midnight yesterday, there were no more campaigns.
Yeah, it's illegal.
It is illegal for you to campaign for your candidates. I've been seeing a few of those on social media. People need to be careful. Do not put your candidates in jeopardy. You are not allowed to vote 24 hours before.
You're not allowed to campaign.
You're not allowed to campaign 24 hours before. You're not even allowed to go to the polling unit with colors that are, or your something
the
that
insignia of any of the contestants or their parties.
Yeah.
As we speak on social media, people are trending hashtag vote this person, and it's just one particular person, but I'm not going to mention it too. But if you're doing that, I think you need to stop. What has happened is that a lot of the contenders or a lot of the candidates have put out statements.
Yeah.
Already.
That
you know, they're not involved with any of this. They're not campaigning and everything, and that everybody should stop campaigning for them.
I think that people just need to be careful on that. I don't know if social media campaign
would qualify as campaigning, but I think it does, because
just to be on the safe side,
just
people
stop.
Just need to,
for your own candidate to stop. Now, you can sensitize people and encourage people to go and vote, but you cannot campaign. You see the difference?
Yeah.
You can canvass for people to go and vote, but you cannot campaign. You can't say vote for me or vote for this person. Again, one of the things that we wanted to chip in when Dolupo was talking about your polling units and stuff is that INEC also provided a means of identifying your. The truth is, some people still don't know where they're going to vote tomorrow, and they have their PVC. So you can actually text your state, your last name, and the last 6 digits of your VIN. You know, it's on your card, to 2 mobile numbers, and those numbers would show you where you're supposed to
vote. And I know that
the numbers
Yeah.
are 090 628 30860. I'm going to take it again. 090 628 30860. The second one is a 1 at the end. You just remove the 0 of the number that I called and interchange with a 1. That's 090 628 30861. Text your state, your last name, and the last 6 digits of your VIN, which is on your card, your voter's card, to these numbers, and you will get the information you need. Or just don't even go to that website. Keeps shutting down, so that's why
suddenly it's open today. I checked.
I think they did some upgrading.
It opened today.
So
bless the Lord.
voters.inecnigeria.org.
I remember a few months ago I actually did check.
Yeah.
Where my polling unit was. So yes, it works if the website opens. Also, another thing now, when going to vote tomorrow, before you go and vote, let's put something out there. INEC has come out to say that you are not allowed, if you do not have a PVC, or if your PVC is not domiciled in that polling unit, you have no business there. You have no business there. Sit in your house. If you did not get a PVC for whatever reason, whether it's your fault or it's not your fault. And I was going to talk about how, remember when there were a lot of court cases, and I've seen a lot of people coming out to say that they didn't get they're saying that their PVCs have not been printed and all that. And at times, this is what you get when there is INEC. There was a court case that asked INEC to continue registering people. Mm-hmm. Remember we talked about it, about
that this could happen, and it has happened.
And it has happened. Now, if you do not have a polling unit that you're going to vote, or you don't have a PVC, also seeing people with the story of all your VIN, your printout, and all those things,
your TVC,
it is completely illegal.
Don't even
you
try.
Cannot. Please do not go there. Thank you very much.
All right, still talking about what to do and what you need to know. INEC, we talked about it yesterday. Mm-hmm. They confirmed that 87.209007 million cards have been collected, and 6.259229 cards have not been collected.
Sadly, it's too late to collect a card.
So we won't dwell on that for now. We'll come back to it. Now, if you have a PVC and you don't know where to vote, apart from the text that we told you, you can actually call their call center. They have a call center with a short code 4632. 4632. If you call that
number
contact center, someone will be able to tell you
where your polling unit is. And I feel that this is even out of the place. If you have been told where your polling unit is and you don't have an idea of where it is, I think today is a good day to check it out, so that you're not gallivanting all over the place tomorrow. It won't be a bad idea to go and check the place out today and just be sure. And that way you'll be able to get it easily tomorrow. Now, also according to INEC, they're now saying that phones are not allowed in the polling booth.
Now, a lot of people don't like the idea of, why they're saying, but they did not say the polling center, the polling booth. And there's a reason for it. From experience, people would take their camera phones and snap their voter's card as evidence that they voted for a particular party.
Yeah.
Then use that to collect their inducement, maybe the balance of it or the full payment.
I
so
think that
INEC is trying to discourage that completely.
all those things.
Now, some people have taken those pictures just to show that they voted.
If you kidnap you,
but what they're saying now is it is wrong. Now, a lot of people are going to do it tomorrow, and they will get away with it. But like Dolupo has pointed out, if you get arrested for taking a picture or taking your camera
and then
phone,
these days, if you now put it on social media, remember that you are easily accessible
into the booth, so don't
that's
just
evidence alone if you are caught. Anyway, now one other thing that I feel that people also need to be careful with is that people need to be careful of the idea of overvoting. And what I mean by overvoting is that, remember, and I think that it might not have come out good for some people, but I've always said it, that the Osun State tribunal judgment, I think, really made more people aware of the fact that this electoral act, according to section 51, I actually went to go and look for it. Look for section 51 of the Electoral Act of 2022. It is saying that if the number of the beavers, the number accredited by beavers, if it does not correlate with the total number of voters is everybody that voted for the separate parties, all the null and void votes, everything. If you add everything up and it does not add up to the number of votes or number of accredited people, what they're saying is that polling unit votes is going to be cancelled. Every single vote that was used in that polling unit is going to be cancelled. So for the sake of your candidate, it will make sense that let's just abide by the rules.
I like the way Dolupo said again, and we're going to reiterate it. Please let us abide by the rules. I don't know if you have something else that you want to go to, but there's some numbers that I actually want to crunch, and I'm hoping we can take a look at, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, again, there are 93 million plus people who have registered to vote. Of that 93 million, we've told you that 6.2 million of them did not pick up their cards. So if you take that away, you have about 86 or 87 million people, right? Now, there's a breakdown of the occupations of the people who register to vote in Nigeria.
I'm listening.
Artisans, there are 4.9 million of them. That's 4,967,464. That makes 5.3% of registered voters.
Okay.
Farming and fishing, Dolupo, 14.7 million. Public servants, 2.3 million.
Public servants.
2.3.
2.3. Okay.
Civil servants. 5.2. You can bunch them together.
Yeah.
And say that's like 8 million.
8 million people.
Now, business people, 12.4 million.
Business people is
everybody that filled that form and said they are businessmen or women.
Okay.
Housewives, 13 million. That makes them 13.9%.
Okay.
Students, 26 million. They're the largest block.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Trading, 7.9 million. You can approximate and say 8 million.
Yeah.
Then others, 6.6 million. There are things that might just make you gloss over these numbers that we gave out. But pause for a second and think. If all the students that registered just vote a certain way, we know it's not possible though. That's bulk vote there.
Yeah.
However, if you look at the age of the people who have voted, who have registered to vote, the youth, that's from ages 18 to 34, make up 37 million.
Of the
96.4.
Okay.
96.4.
Yeah.
That's including the 6.2. So they make that's the 39.6%. Now the middle-aged people, ages 35 to 49, they make up 33.4.
That's not a bad number as well.
Yeah, that's 35.7%. 35.7. The youths make up 39.6. Now the elderly, that's from. How can I be elderly? This was stupid. INEC is confused. INEC is middle-aged.
Okay.
So the elderly people.
Why are you?
Those elderly people.
Why do you seem triggered?
Wait, please let me do my work. Please
Don't distract
me. Don't distract me in this election job that we are doing.
Okay, sorry.
Elderly. Those elderly people from ages 50 to 69. Oh, girl. 17.7.
Okay.
Now, the old people.
Aged.
Old. That's what INEC wrote there. 70 plus. 5.2 million of them. We keep shouting youth. You know the funny thing? If all the middle-aged people and elderly people just do one kind of youth in the mud.
Yes, no.
But we know that there will never be block voting as per age. Forget all this talk about youth is supporting or youth is doing whatever. Everybody is going to get a chunk of it.
Yeah, everybody's divided. You can't say that a particular demographic is going to vote for one particular person.
Yeah.
Let's take the issue of workers, for example. I know that the Labour Congress, Nigeria Labour Congress, have come out say that all Labour people should vote for a particular candidate. But also remember, I don't know if it happens maybe in any other. In the Southwest, as much as they're not supposed to be partisan,
they are.
A lot of civil servants, all these people that
make
up the workforce, they're just not only partisan. These elections, we've seen people that are supposed to be major players in this NLC also be candidates themselves.
Other parties, yeah.
So until we now realize that a particular demographic, you cannot base.
So guess what? The Nigerian Labour Congress says it has over 20 million votes.
Because there are over 20 million
members. So they have 20 million votes. They claim.
Yeah.
INEC is telling you that there are only 93.4 million registered people. And of that 93.4, Nigerian Labour Congress, the people who will fall under your unit, under your Congress, not the artisans.
No, the civil servants are the
and the public servants.
The public servants, those are the two.
And that's 8 million.
No, in fact, public servants maybe not.
Let's even give them public servants.
Yeah. So because what they're saying is those 20 million, are they saying that every single person that is attached to the NLC has a PVC?
That's what they're saying. Again, except maybe some of the artisans belong to unions too. They're actually, the mechanics and all. So, but not all these 4.9 million are members of the Nigerian Labour Congress.
The honest truth is that we've seen
housewives. See, sorry. Dolupobalogun.
Sorry.
Don't take housewives and play again, no.
Nah.
And you housewives, you people should have formed union. Housewives Union of Nigeria.
You are this much.
13.9% of registered voters are housewives, and you people are going to sit at home.
I honestly think that two things for me why we cannot use these numbers to determine who will vote for who is, like you said, number one, every single demographic is there's a spread. As much as there's are we even supposed to mention parties at this point? Maybe not.
We're analyzing, we're not campaigning.
So at this point, I know that there's a lot of clamor for the youth for the Labour Party. But remember that there is also a large chunk of people, even on social media, young people that campaigning for the PDP, they're campaigning for the APC, NNPP. Well, these other parties too have youth wings, and unlike before, they're actually now youth in this particular set of parties as well. So the first thing is that there is a major spread.
There is
that
a spread.
You cannot deny. The second thing with it is that as much as this number of people have PVCs, or I even have PVCs that are collected, we do know for a fact that it is not this number of people that are going to vote. There are people that are automatically disenfranchised at the moment.
Yeah.
Because of no fault of theirs. There are some people that have PVCs that just have PVCs just because they're not going to vote. There are people that, why I said that some people have to be at work, so they will not have time to vote. Those people, there's nothing you can do about that. Especially security, media, especially if you're covering.
Even doctors and nurses and people in the health
sector. A lot of people will be disenfranchised, but because of what they're doing tomorrow generally. So that is a large chunk of people. There's some people that are just not going to vote. There's some people that are going to be disenfranchised because of security. They just don't want. So whether we like it or not, there is a large chunk of this number that is not going to vote. So I think that with a lot of people's analysis, they need to also take these things. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people, when people do a lot of analysis, a lot of people don't put all these things into consideration. It is what it is. And then up until whatever politics you want to play, that one is a different ball game. But the reality on ground is that if we have 50% of voters vote this time, it's going to be the highest we've ever had. Even in saner climes, they hardly get even 50% of voters to even vote.
There will always be voter apathy.
So
it's just in various degrees.
If we have 40% of people voting, I think it will be a major win for Nigeria. If we take 2019 for example, I think we had about 83 million voters, registered voters, everybody that voted. I'm not sure they were up to 30 million people. So we need to, on that note, we actually need to be careful, and we need to take all these things into cognizance so that when we see the numbers that are coming out, we don't cry foul.
And that's why we've been saying it here. It's really not, at this point now, it's not about APC, PDP, Labour Party, AAC, AC, because some of them too have already started collapsing their structures into other parties
a lot of people
and everything. And I think we need to move on to start talking about some of these other things. But we're saying now that you go out, if you have a PVC,
vote what you
and
vote.
Want to vote just for. Make sure you vote
and vote properly. Vote
vote between the lines. Don't even use your thumb anymore. Use your index finger. Hello,
girls. If you know that you have acrylic nails that are going to disturb it, it won't be a bad idea to take it off today. Just to be on the safe side.
So that person that you want, that particular person that you want to rule Nigeria, you are part of the people that would put the person there. Sadly, not a single woman seems to be on the ballot.
Nah, sadly. The person that was on the ballot, our party has disenfranchised her. Anyway, quickly before we go, there's a audio that has been going around. Started this morning. It was
early this morning.
Very indicting of the PDP presidential candidate, his vice presidential candidate, and I think the governor of Sokoto State. Now he has now come out to say that these things are fake, and is here to blame opposition parties for those things.
I have listened to the audio. It sounds very real. Very, very real.
Yeah.
Especially the voices of him and his deputy. But they've come out to say it's not real. And again, what is the place of the police in things like this,
Yeah.
is it enough for them to look into? Has
Investigation.
any law been broken, even with these plans that they seemingly were making? Now that even he said it's fake, it's his word against, against
There has to be some
the
level
proof.
of investigation. I honestly feel, I'm not saying that it is fake or true or whatever, but with the level of technology that there is, it's very possible.
Yeah, it could be, but let's wait for that. Again, remember that 2 days ago, someone in River State, a politician that was talking about violence, he's been invited, and I think he's been arrested.
Oh yeah,
because the video made its way to social media.
It's actually been remanded in prison.
So again, we call on the police to look into it and say,
definitely look into it. Also, talking about lawmakers, another lawmaker has now been
in River State
arrested in the same River State. I think that there's a lot that is going on in River State. I think people need to be careful in River State. An APC candidate narrowly escaped death, also in the same River State. In River State. So this particular person was said to have been carrying.
That's Chinyere Igwe. That's his name. So, Honorable Chinyere Igwe.
Almost $500,000 in cash. And at times in my mind, I'm like, do Americans, the owners of these dollars, do they even have this kind of money?
You need to see the way the Americans are reporting it too. They're carrying the stories on foreign media already.
Oh yeah, like people should be coming down. You people
almost $500,000. So all the talk about vote buying in the mud. If you actually did change,
if it's naira that you are looking at $5,
you change naira to stop vote buying, but you can't change dollar, and now they are spending dollar. Again, these allegations are strong. If it is true that a presidential candidate funded this thing,
it's
and there's proof, there's a list of people that money should be given to, including INEC and the police.
Yeah, it's
let it not be one of those things that are going to be swept under the carpet again. Let us look at it and ask ourselves, is this the kind of elections that we want to be conducting?
Okay, quickly. Police have now said that they suspect IPOB and ESN members for killing the Labour Party Senatorial candidate in that is in Ogun State. Definitely they say that what's it called now? Investigation is still ongoing. So we will see how that is. Also, gunmen attacked Lagos PDP Reps candidate. Also, another candidate in ADP2, yes, in Lagos State as well. Security, people, please, we need to be careful quickly. Also, there's news, people talking about defection. Adamawa Labour Party gubernatorial candidate has now come out to say that all his supporters should vote for APC. I think that is not a very good thing on this was barely 48 hours to the elections. That's not good news for the Labour Party, but at the end of the day, we definitely will see how that goes. Also, quickly before we go, a council chairman has died after attending political meeting in Cross River State.
A lot of things are happening, and there's violence. Some PDP gubernatorial candidate and I think his wife also were also attacked in Zamfara State. Who are the people behind all of this violence?
Yeah, I was reading. I think the governor of Borno State, I think his convoy too was attacked. Yeah, so we definitely would see what that is. Quickly before we go, I just saw that the APC has now suspended Orji Kalu over anti-party activities.
And yesterday we talked about the arrest of Simon Ekpa, the IPOB spokesperson, and all of that. And as we speak, about an hour ago, there's a couple of people who are actually protesting in Finland in support of #the good guy.
Okay. On that note, that is all we're able to take today on the Boombar. Thank you for listening. Thank you very, very much for watching. We'll be back on Monday, and I think by Monday we should be able to tell you who the next president of Nigeria is.
Yeah.
By then, we probably will be back tomorrow. To give you a little bit.
We're gonna be here tomorrow. in the morning and in between afternoon and evening to bring in updates of what's going on in different parts of Nigeria.
In Nigeria, maybe on Sunday, we'll see. But on that note,
most likely on Sunday, but we'll do
have
a
a
bit
beautiful,
tomorrow.
beautiful weekend.
Peace.